Good evening, everybody. Please, if you can hear me, comment hi. Comment hi if you can hear me. If you can hear me, connect hi. If you can hear me, say I can hear you. Say I can hear you. All right, it's getting better. All right, that's good. So, what I'm trying to do right now is to invite more persons to this live so that we can host this class right now. Good. Please, I see you. Please, boo, please, I see you. All right, 53%. Let's go. Treasure, I see you. Treasure, I see you. Keep inviting more persons to this live. I see you. I see you. So 4%. Still loading my gadgets. Guys, I'm so glad today that we are back on track. Uh, we're back on track. I'm so glad. It's 80%. Emmanuel, I can see you. Yeah, good evening, Emmanuel. Good evening, Treasure, Gota. Good evening, guys. Loncy Precious, good evening. I I see you all. Prosper, I see you. I see you. We are live, guys. So peace, let's peace. We are live, we are live, we are live. Let's keep announcing it. We are live. I see you, Ogenetiga. I see you, Ifimena Favor. I see you, Aves Okpaku. I see you all. Now, this we are testing this section for um, testing if the mic is working. So, before we get the class started, if you can hear me, say I can hear you. Let's go. If you can hear me, say I can hear you. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm glad, I'm glad. So let's get started. All right, let's get started. Welcome you guys to this section. Now, in this section, we are going to be looking at acid-base calculations in this chemistry lecture. Now, quickly, um, so what are we going to be learning today? Of course, at the end of this section, we should be able to define the concepts of acid and base. We should understand pH, pOH, and know the pH scale. Okay. Now, number two, we should know types of acid and bases. Okay, and so we have the strong and the weak acid. So, example of a strong acid is hydrochloric acid, and a weak acid is CH3 COOH is an example of um, a weak base. Sorry, a weak acid. All right. Now, the next thing we'll look at is the pH calculations. Next thing we'll look at is pH calculations, and of course, okay, sorry, and we are going to look at some key equations such as the pH plus pOH equals to 14, where we look at these individuals, right? So the next thing we'll look at is who is this class for? Okay, who is this lecture for? Number one is for all science students. So we are looking at those at the basic level, for example, WAEC and JAMB. Also, we are looking at those who are in advanced level. Example, the beginner medical students, e.g., PTS, and all other medical sciences in their first level. Now, moving forward, let's now define an acid. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how I define acid is basically know that acid is capable of donating a proton. Now, you can see on my screen that acid contains hydrogen ion. What does it mean to contain hydrogen ion, or what does it mean to carry hydrogen ion? Is whenever you see the H plus subscript plus, you know that that is definitely an acid. That is definitely an acid. All right. What about a base? A base is an ion acceptor. That is to say that a base at all time carries OH. Carries what? OH. Now, before we proceed, if you can hear me, just say I. I. If you can still hear me, just say I. I. I'm waiting. If you can still hear me, say I. I'm waiting, guys. All right. So um, let's go now. Now, for we to make sure that this lecture is interactive, so I just define an acid as as the one that is capable of donating ion, as a molecule capable of donating ion. And how do you know? It carries H plus, right? What about base? Base is an ion acceptor, and it carries OH. Now, this is the first question to just make it interactive. Let's look at this slide. Now, in this slide, we have sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Is this an acid or a base? Is this an acid or a base? Um, Let me recap. I said an acid carry H plus, a base carry OH. So, this first slide, is this an acid or a base? Comment. Let me know if it's an acid or a base. Okay, is it an acid or a base? Okay, Ike Michael said is a base. Please said is a base. Treasure said is a base. Joy said is a blaze. Emmanuel said is a base. Okay, now let's move forward. So it's definitely a base. Why? Because it carries OH, and you can see the OH. Now, moving forward, number two, we have HCl. Is HCl a base or an acid? Is HCl a base or an acid? Is, I know you can hear me. Hydrochloric, is it an acid or a base? HCl, acid or base? What is our definition of acid? Acid carry um is acid is an ion donor, right? Which means it donates ions, and it carries H plus, right? Which is hydrogen ion. What is our definition for base? It carries OH, is an ion acceptor. So yeah, Kingsley, it is definitely a base. It's definitely an acid. Sorry. Now moving forward, let's see this number three. This compound H2SO4. Of course, this is hydrogen um, tetraoxo sulfate 6 as oh I've mentioned it. But is it an acid or a base? Is it an acid or a base? Is it an acid or a base? Alright, so of course, Treasure said is an acid, right? Now, this is my first line of question. Now, if we say that um, hydrogen carries an ion, how many ion do you think H2SO4? How many hydrogen ion do you think H2SO4 carries? So I'm just going to write it on the comment section. So for this acid, um, hydrogen carries two ions. Hydrogen carries two ions. All right. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. Okay. Then the last one. The last one. Is this an acid or a base? Is this an acid or a base? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm asking you to differentiate an acid and a base is not for a show. It's not for a show, right? Is when we start solving, we'll be seeing a lot of things, and we need that knowledge of knowing if a compound is an acid, a compound is a base, to be able to solve, right? Now, if you say it is a base, which you are definitely correct, how many OH ion does this base carries? How many OH ion does this base carries? How many OH ion does this base carries? Please comment your answer. How many OH ion does this base carries? How many OH ion does this base carry? All right. Yeah, Faith says it's two. Faith Idigu says it's two. Mr. Bleeze says it's two. Okay. Mr. Bleeze says it's two. Okay. Oscar Samuel said it's two. Okay. All right. So of course it's bees. Now let's move on. Andrew, I hope you are learning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving to the calculation parts. Now, there's a part I skip here. What is a strong acid? Strong acid ionizes completely. Then a weak acid ionizes incompletely. Okay, somebody said, I can't hear you clearly. I can't hear you clearly. I can't hear you clearly. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I hope I'm not too fast. Am I too fast? Okay. Am I too fast? Okay, Faith says no. All right. Okay, but other people can hear me. Some people say they can't hear. I can't hear you, sir. Okay, let's continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at calculations right now. Now, bear in mind that when calculating in an acid solution, when calculating in an acid solution, our formula we are going to apply is pH equals to minus log H plus. I repeat, I repeat. When we want to calculate for an acid solution, if we want to calculate for an acid solution, the formula we are going to apply is pH equals to negative log. All right, somebody said I should increase the volume. Okay, guys, we are just starting, so please, I know it's a bit slower, but my mic are on high volume. Okay, so I was saying that when calculating for an acid solution, the formula we are going to use is pH equals to minus log hydrogen ion in square brackets. Then what happens if we are calculating for a basic solution? It is pOH negative log OH ion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, first of all, if you are given, okay, if you can hear me, say hi. If you can hear me, say hi. If you can hear me, say hi. Just to ensure that everybody is getting along and I'm not talking to myself. If you can hear me, say hi. Okay, Yvonne can hear me. Faith can hear me. Charity can hear me. All right, all right, all right, all right. Kelly can hear me. That's nice. John can hear me. Okay, Michael can hear me. So let me continue what I'm saying. Now, if you are given a calculation, the first thing to look out for is to tell if this compound is an acid, if this compound is a base. So back here when I was saying, is this an acid, is this a base, is this an acid, is this a base, it is not a show. All right, it's not a show. What I'm trying to do is to make sure that you are able to identify each of these individual compounds. So when you are given a compound, to calculate either pH or pOH, the first thing you will do is to check if it is an acid compound or it is a base compound. If it is an acid compound, the formula you are going to apply is the first one, which says pH is equals to negative log, then in square brackets, hydrogen ion. If it is a base, the next thing you are going to look at for, or the formula you are going to use, is pOH is equals to minus log negative OH ion. All right, hydroxy ion. Now, what is now the relationship between the pH and the pOH? Now, pH plus pOH is equals to 14. I know you might not really be getting this clearly, but when we start solving, I think you get some things, right? So now, let's look at the next slide. Now, in this next slide, I said note that from 0 to 6, if we have a scale, which I'm going to show you, okay, let me show you. Oh, okay. Now, for an acidic medium is usually, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to loud my volume. All right. So this is where I stopped. An acidic medium is usually from 0 to 6. from 0 to 6 is an acidic medium. Then 7 is neutral. Then 8 to 14 is base. Alright, so let me come back to this formula. I said for acidic medium you use pH is equals to negative log, then square bracket hydrogen ion. For a basic solution is pOH equals to negative log square bracket hydrogen ion. Now to show the relationship between pH and pOH is pH plus pOH equals to 14. Now, and I'm saying that from the scale of 0 to 6, it's representing acid, 7 is neutral, from the scale of 8 to 14 is a base. So if you get this, say, I got it. That's the key word. If you understand the formula, say, I got it, I got it. Before we start solving. Say, I got it before we start solving. Okay, I'm waiting. If you understand what I just explained, say, I got it, I got it, I got it. Okay, John, please. Okay, Emmanuel, they all got the explanation. Oscar, Precious. All right. Now, let's now start looking at some calculation. Now, gradually, my friends, we are looking at some calculations. So let's look at the next slide. Now, the next slide is a little quick question for us to answer. So we are going to look at number 1. So number 1, how many hydrogen ion is contained in H2SO4? So just write number 1, then comment your right option. How many hydrogen ion is contained in H2SO4? Write number 1, comment your answer. Write number 1, comment your answer. Number 1, comment your answer. Okay. Yvonne said B. Yvonne said B. Number 1, B. Number 1, B. Yvonne said B. Bliss said number 1 is 2. Alright. And Bensi Glory said number 1 is okay, 2B. So I'm glad you people are getting the gist. Alright. I'm glad you people are following. So please keep commenting. Keep commenting. Now we are gradually moving into the calculation aspect, and that calculation aspect we're going to start by solving questions that will come out in your PTS, that is in your PTS material. So if you are a PTS student, if you are a nursing student, please type nursing. If you are a nursing student, type nursing. Type nursing. I'm waiting. If you are a nursing student on this live, type nursing. If you are a nursing student on this live, type nursing. If you are a nursing, okay, Yvonne is a nursing student. Benson is a nursing student. Alright. Alright. If you are a nursing student here, type nursing. So the first question is going to be dedicated to you guys. The first question is going to be dedicated to you guys. Oscar is a nursing student. Okay. 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 Joe is a nursing student. Now, Joe is a nursing student. Now, before we now proceed, let's quickly answer number 2. Number 2, they say, how many hydrogen ion is contained in HCl, hydrochloric acid? How many hydrogen ion is contained here? Okay. Faith Idigu is a nursing student. Okay, nursing. Okay. Okay, so how many hydrogen ion is contained in number 2? Faith Idigu said is 1. Okay, I'm glad you guys got the idea. So let's now solve. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you're going to hold your calculator, get a sheet of paper, because I'm going to solve one as usual. You're going to solve. All right. Ogeshi is a nursing student. So please get your calculator, your pen, your paper, and if you are ready for the calculation, say I am ready. If you are ready for the calculation, comment I am ready. If you are ready for the calculation, comment I am ready. If you are ready for the calculation, comment I am ready. If you are ready for the calculation, comment I am ready. If you are ready, get your pen, paper, and calculator. And if you are ready for this section, say I am ready. If you are ready, okay. All right, Precious is ready. Precious is ready. Precious is ready. Okay, Kingsley is ready. All right, so let's dive into Joy is ready. Joy is ready. Okay, Desire is ready. So let's dive into um the calculation. Nothing. All right. So this is our first question. Now, in our first question, let me move my face a bit. Now, in our first question, they said calculate the pH of 0.00 mole per dm cube of HCl. Now, how do we go about this? You just press your calculator. What is the formula for this is an as HCl is an acid, right? That means we are going to use this formula. That means we are going to use this formula that says pH. This formula that says that pH is equals to a negative log hydrogen ion, right? In square brackets. So first of all, I said when I give you a calculation, like for this case, they gave you a calculation. Now, the first thing you will do is to tell if this compound you are giving to you, if it is an acid or it is a base. Now, for example, now they gave us HCl. Is HCl an acid? Is HCl a base? Of course, HCl is an acid. So that means we are going to use pH is equals to negative log. Then in bracket now, they gave us a value to be 0.001. Right? Now, just press your calculator. Just press your calculator. Don't press minus log. There's no minus log in your calculator. Press log 0.001. If you press if you press log 0.001, you are going to get minus 3. So minus 3 with this follow come minus in the negative log. If they multiply, it will give you 3. Now, please, to ensure that I'm not talking to myself, if you understood what I just explained, just comment I understand. Comment I understand. So minus log in bracket 0.001 will give us minus 3. So minus 3 times minus is plus. So definitely minus times minus 3 will have plus 3. So if you understand, say we understand, or I understand. Personalize it, say and understand. So this is a PTS question. Now, for those my nursing students, this is the kind of question you will see in your PTS exam. You know that is a walkover for you. Let's look at another example. Okay, somebody pressed minus log and he said the minus log work. All right, so let's look at this other example. This is extracted from your PTS material. You can see that it is from question 93 from your PTS material for those my nursing students. Now you can see here they say calculate the pH of 0.001 mole per dm cube of H2SO4. Now the first thing I said you should do is to identify, is H2SO4 an acid or is a base? Now of course it's an acid. Now the second thing you now do here is, you said it's an acid. How many hydrogen ion does this acid contain? Just like this exercise I gave to you guys. I'm sure you guys have not forgotten that I said number one, how many hydrogen ion is contained in H2SO4? And you guys said it's 2. Now, here's the calculation. Here is the calculation in your PTS material. Here's the calculation. They say calculate the pH of 0.001 mole per dm cube of H2SO4. And we know that H2SO4 is an acid. Now, the second question now is, how many hydrogen ion H2SO4 contains? So therefore, we have 2, right? And I believe you guys said it's 2. Okay, someone said 2. Okay. Why it is 2 is because it is H2. Hydrogen has 2 in this compound H2SO4. Kisley, are you close? So what you do before you solve or before you press the log, you will use 2 to multiply 0.001. Where is 0.001 coming from? 0.001 was given in the question. Alright, so Kingsley is asking, how is it 2? So we said 2 is coming from the H2SO4. So in H2SO4, hydrogen contains 2 ion. Now before you solve, you use that 2 ion that hydrogen contains to multiply 0.001. It will give us 0.002. Now in your calculator now, press minus log 0.002 or just press log 0.002. You have minus 2.7. If you multiply it with the follow-come minus, what I mean by follow-come minus, there is a negative sign on the log. If you multiply it, you will get 2.71 on the dot, which is A. Please, my nursing students, this is a PTS question. So if you understand it, it is simple. Type I understand. If you understand it, type I understand. If you understand it, type I understand. Okay. J-boy, understand. I'm glad. John is writing. I'm glad. Okay. Gibre said is ready. Are you ready to solve? Okay. Please understand. Okay. I'm glad. Now, we've talked about acidic medium. Okay, Kingsley, you now understand. Okay, I'm glad. So we've talked about acidic medium. So the next thing we will now look at is another calculation. Now, this calculation looks complex, but alas, there's nothing here. Look at this question very well. They say we should calculate the pOH of 0.0. Okay, we should calculate the pH of 0.001. Right? And they give us NaOH, which is sodium hydroxide. Now, is sodium hydroxide an acid or a base? Of course, it's a base. Now, we are supposed to use 0. Listen, we are supposed to use the formula which says pOH is equals to negative log hydrogen ion, which is OH. But if you look at this question very well, they gave us pH of 0.001. So this 0.001 is an acid, but they gave us the compound in a base solution. So what do? Remember that, okay, log 0, if we press in our calculator log 0 minus log 0.001, is going to give us 3. Okay, Organetiga said she doesn't understand. Okay, let me try and come again. Now, if we look at question 94, this is PTS question. I've not started solving WAEC and JAMB question. Now, if we look at question 94, we will see that they gave us a pH value. We say pH is what? An acid. But they gave us NaOH. NaOH is a base. So therefore, we have to calculate in acid first before we go to base, right? So we will now solve the way we solve normal acid. We say pH is equals to negative log 0.001. If we do negative log 0.001, we will get 3 on the dot, right? Now remember that there's a formula that says pH plus pOH is equals to 14. Okay, let me go back to refresh your mind. There's a formula that says pH plus pOH is equals to 14. Okay, so this is the formula. So you can see under we have pH plus pOH is equals to 14. Now they gave us a pH value and they said we should calculate pOH. Now it is a problem. So for we to solve this example, we have to calculate in a pH value first. So you will use our calculator now and press negative log 0.001. It will give us 3. Now if it give us 3, it means that we've calculated for pH. So we can simply say 3, which is the value of pH, we just simply substitute. We say 3 plus pOH is equals to 14, right? So pOH, if we collect like terms, it will now be 14 minus 3, which is 11. So automatically our pOH is 11. Okay, you guys are already saying I understand. Okay, Michael said he understand. Emmanuel said he understood. Same thing with Gabriel. Okay, there are two Gabriel, Donald Gabriel and Uregba. Is it okay? Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it very well. Okay, so there are two Gabriel. Both says you understand. Emmanuel Ijiro Gene. Okay, guys, I'm glad. Divine says you understand. Joyful B says I understand. So that means you guys can solve, right? If you can solve, say I can solve. Say I can solve. If you can solve, say I can solve. If you can solve, say I can solve. If you can solve one now, say I can solve. I'm waiting. Okay. If it say I can solve. Okay. Okay. I can see the confidence. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Say I can solve. Okay. All right. So let me give you guys a key. Okay. So now I'm going to allow you guys solve. You guys wish for it. So I'll allow you guys to solve. You guys wish to it. Let me load questions. So okay, please. If you ask your questions. Answer your questions before you solve. Ask. What's the question, please? I'm sorry, I did not see it. Please ask your question. I'm sorry I did not see, so please ask your question. I'm sorry I did not see it. Sir, please, where did the theory come from? All right. Okay. Now, see, it is from the question, actually. In the question, they gave us pH to be 0.001. Now, what is our formula to calculate pH? Remember that pH is an acid medium, right? So pH is equals to negative log. They gave us a value. The value is on the question, which says 0.001, right? Now, if we press on our calculator log 0.001, we definitely have 3. Okay. So you guys said you can solve. Let's see. Okay, someone said I should display the formula again. All right. So this is the formula. This is the formula. So this is the formula. So this is the formula. This is the formula, guys. Can you guys still hear me? If you can hear me, say I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. So that when I drop question, I know that there are people who can hear me. All right. Okay. So now stop this question for me, guys. 2 questions. Try this. Try this and give me the option. Remember, this is PTS question. This is PTS question. Where are my nursing guys? 95 is PTS question. Then the second one is from JAMB. 95, you can see I unpick it from PTS question, past question. So my nursing guys, solve. Yes, please. Please solve. Please solve, guys. Oh yeah, please solve am. Okay, Joyce said 95 is A. Please confirm. Confirm. Joyce says 95 is A. 95 is A. Okay. Okay. Faith Idigu says 95 is 11. Please says is 11. That means A is correct. Okay. So please, before you solve number 2, allow other people to still solve. And those of you that have solved, try to solve it. Try to solve 95 on the comment section. Okay, A. That's nice. Okay, solve the second one. Okay, so Vincent is asking, what is the difference between strong acid and a weak acid. So Vincent, a strong acid ionizes completely in a solution. A strong acid ionizes completely in a solution. A weak acid ionizes partially in a solution. So I repeat, Vincent, a strong acid ionizes completely in a solution, then a weak acid ionizes partially. Now, a strong, I'm going to write on the comment section right now. A good example of a strong acid is HCl. So HCl is a strong acid. HCl is a strong acid. Good. Then CH3. Okay. Carboxylic acid is a weak acid. Sorry about that, Vivian. Sorry about that, Vivian. So carboxylic acid is a weak acid, guys. Carboxylic acid is a weak acid. All right. So are you guys agreeing that the two answers are 11-11? Are you guys agreeing that both answers are 11-11? So please, for we not to be confused, just write 95. Write the option there first. Let's write 95 first. Write the option in 95 first. So if 95 is C, write C. Write C. If 95 is A, write 95A. Please guys, we are almost coming to the end of this slide. Okay. Somebody said 95 is A. Bliss says 95 is A. 96 is D. We all agreed. Okay. Vincent said base, not acid. Okay. So, okay, let me attend to Vincent first. Then before we continue, then we'll call it a wrap. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. I'm so glad that we are able to do this class. See, um, Vincent, Vincent, what I'm saying is a strong acid ionizes completely in a solution, right? And that is to say that it loses or it dissociates its hydrogen ion completely. Then a weak acid dissociates or loses its hydrogen ion partially in a solution. Then for base, it is the same thing. It dissociates completely in a solution, and the ion is dissociating is hydroxy ion. For acid, what is dissociating is hydrogen ion, but for base, it's dissociating hydrogen ion. All right. Then why weak one? It's the same partial dissociation of hydrogen ion. Out together. So a good example of a strong base is this. So this is a good example of a strong base. Then a good example of a weak base. All right. So my WAEC and JAMB students, JAMB students say I, JAMB students say I. Okay. She some said we should solve 96 together. She some said we should solve 96 together. Okay. She some said we should solve 96 together. So 96. We know that um pH is equals to negative log 0.001. So negative log 0.001 is 3, right? So we have 3. So we have P. So we have pH plus. Yeah. So we have pH plus pOH equals to 14. Equals to 14. So we know that pH value is 3 plus. We solved an example like this before. Plus pOH we don't know. I'm solving on the comment section. So the lady that asked us to solve together, please look at the comment section. Okay, you see where I'm typing right now. 14, right? Then if we take collect like terms, this will become pOH is equals to 14 minus minus 3, we get 11. We get 11. So my guys, I'm trying to, for my JAMB students, come on, if you're active, say I am active. Say I'm active. So I'm loading JAMB questions right now. All these ones we've been solving are for nursing students, are for PTS students. Right now, my WAEC students, my WAEC and JAMB students, you're gonna solve one question before we go. All right. WAEC, you're gonna solve this question for me. I'm confident about this, my guy. Especially anytime I see Bliss online, I'm confident. Bliss, it's not as if I'm praising you. Bliss. All right. So Gabriel say active. Okay. Okay, guys, please permit me. I'm trying to load questions. Okay. Yeah, I can see you. I can see your readiness. I hope you are ready to solve. I can see Yeah, I know you're active. So, guys, if you're enjoying this class, just type. If you're enjoying this class, just type I am enjoying it. If you're enjoying this class, type Sir, I am enjoying it. If you're enjoying this class, type I am enjoying it. All right. Okay, WAEC students. WAEC students. Please give me a minute. Guys, give me a minute. Please, Gabriel, I'm very sorry. Type your question again. Gabriel, please type your question again. Please, Gabriel, type your question again. I'm trying to load questions. So I'm trying to load questions right now. It's taking sodium. Sodium hydroxide is a strong base. What is the pH of a? All right, guys. Sorry, I'm almost done with my question. Let me see what's happening in this live. Um, Gabriel, I'm very sorry. Gabriel, I'm very sorry. I said you should type your question again. All right, WAEC student, my JAMB students. Okay. So, JAMB students, what I'm trying to know what Gabriel is trying to ask me. JAMB student, please solve this question right now. My JAMB student. Okay, I'm sorry, Gabriel. So I'm going to drop my number for you. Um, Honestly speaking, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing your question because I'm distracted. I'm trying to load question. So, JAMB students, this question is from JAMB. All the ones we'll be solving are all nursing questions, are all PTS questions, but this question is for you. So I'm loading. It's taking time to load. So JAMB students say I. JAMB students say I. This question is for you. Say I am ready. Say I am ready. Say I am ready. JAMB students say I am ready. I'm ready. Say I am ready. JAMB students. JAMB students. JAMB students. Okay, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready. So after this one, we'll call it a wrap. 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 Now, this is all what we've been doing. Now, this is the question I want my JAMB student to solve. Okay, JAMB students, this is the question I want you to solve. My JAMB students, okay, JAMB student, please solve this question. Let's go. Let's call it a wrap. Please solve this question. Faith, please solve this question. Let's go. All right, please solve these questions. Let's go. This is the last question for tonight. This is the last question for tonight. Okay, some people already got the answer. Like, please show your working. Vincent, show your working. Bensi, Glory, show your working. These JAMB questions. Show your working. Show your working. Vincent, show your working. Glory, show your working. I'm back again. I'm back again, guys. So, show working, please. Show working, guys. Okay. Show working. Okay. Faith, show your working. Idigu, show your working. Vincent. Vincent, show your working. Glory, show your working. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I need two more work. Two more persons to show their workings. They will call it a wrap. Okay, Kelly 1.7, show your working. Faith, you are getting 12.3 again. Are you confused? Okay, I guess I have to solve this one myself, so that will be fast. So that means Mr. Bliss was wrong, right? Okay. Log 0.02. Okay, I think Joy is correct. Log 0.02 will give us 1.7. So what's the formula is pH plus pOH equals to 14. Collect like terms. You guys are collect like terms. 14 minus 1.7 equals to 12.3. Guys, the answer is A.